morning, everyone. Michelle Arnott here at Diamond Rock Glass Studio. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I will be going through 5 more beginner sun catchers. So this should be a fairly quick video. I'm going to open up each of the sun catcher packages and show you what's in it and kind of fast forward through making each of them. The only 2 that I will need to slow down for a little bit is maybe the Lotus to show you how I attach these curly cues, and they're actually called curly cues, and how I attach then another jump ring to add this gem. And then I may slow it down just a little bit to show you how I insert and attach this eye in this fish. So those are the first 2 beginner sun catchers. I might start with this one though. This one seems to be the most popular, Simple Sunflower. And then we also have a feather that I will be making today. And lastly, iridescent pink fox, which I don't have to show you. So this, like I said, this should be a fairly quick video, and I'm really excited to get this finished. And by the way, these will all be on my website, diamondrockglassstudio.com. I'll recap at the very end and give you that information, and I think I'll scroll it on the bottom of the screen so you know where to look for these sun catchers. They are a good price if you're a beginner and looking for something, you know, a good pattern to start with a reasonable price. These all run around $12, and I have some others on my website as well. If you're a beginner, these are really great to start with. So when these are done, I'm moving into a new project, which I am super excited about sharing with you. This will be more intermediate into advanced. So I just want to give you a sneak peek at this binder here, and within this binder there are 51 patterns that you have never ever seen before, because they have recently been created by a friend of mine who I will introduce next week. But what I will say is she's an incredible artist. She does photography. She does a number of different mediums, acrylic and chalk and colored pencil. She took a class from me a couple of years ago, and some people just really latch on to stained glass and they're really good at it. And I saw she had, after taking a class, drew some of her own patterns and showed them to me. And I was just pretty blown away at her talent. And so I asked her if she would be interested in doing a project with me. So basically making patterns, and she just took off running, and within a couple weeks she had a stack of 20 patterns, and then she came the next week and had a stack of 20 patterns. So I have 51 now, and I'm sure she's got more that she's making at home, maybe right now. But I am so excited to show you her patterns. So she has recently started her own business. She has her own website, and on that website are all of her patterns that she will be selling. So I think on the next video, which I'm hoping will be real quick, I'm going to introduce her website so you can go to her website and purchase her patterns. And in the next 51 videos that I'll be making, I will choose one of her patterns and make the entire pattern during a video. And at the end of the video, I will introduce a kit. So for many of you, I think you appreciate the convenience of everything coming in one box: the pattern, the glass, the framing, the jump rings, everything you need to make this, the convenience of everything included. But some of you already have a plethora of glass and you don't need my kits, but you need patterns, or you want patterns. So if you're looking for, you're going to see some really great, beautiful patterns. I'm going to introduce the first one next week, and also introduce her website and show you where to go to view all of her beautiful patterns. So let's get this video done so I can move on to her patterns. So let's get started. Welcome to the Sunflower Sun Catcher. So in this kit, you're going to get some glass that's going to be wrapped first in foam, and then it's going to be wrapped in bubble wrap. So you'll get the glass, and jump rings are in here, and you're going to get 2 copies of the sunflower pattern. So one you're going to want to cut all the pieces out, and one you're going to want to keep as your template. And I have made this sunflower quite a few times, so I already have the pieces cut out. And I actually copied this on cardstock. If you know you're going to be using your pattern a few times, the cardstock lasts a little bit longer and it's a little sturdier and easier to work with. So I have this cut out in cardstock. And so in this cellophane bag, I'm going to have some amber glass, and then the two jump rings, which we'll just set aside for later. And I was just thinking, every sunflower that I have made so far, here's the center, I have made out of the amber. Just for fun today, and see, if you cut the center out of the amber, you still have, you could, you know, do a couple petals out of the amber too. There's really no rules in art. I decided I'm gonna be different today. That sound is my dog playing in the back. So I'm gonna make the center out of yellow. So with the front, the textured side down, so I have the smooth side up, the back side. So my glass is upside down, my pattern piece is also gonna be upside down. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all my glass, so the smooth side is up, so all my glass is upside down. I'm gonna start arranging my pattern pieces and trace them, and then I'll start cutting. What you will get in the fox kit. So 2 patterns of the fox, and again, I've already got my pattern pieces cut out from cardstock. You will get this glass, some white iridescent, pink iridescent, and then some clear iridescent textured, and then a jump ring, one of the larger jump rings for up here. There is a color guide here. White is white. The color is the color, and I just put color because I'm going to have a pink fox, a purple fox, and I'm also going to have a red fox. The red fox is going to have a black, this one piece, number 7 right here is for the red fox, I give you black. For the pink and purple, this is actually going to be cut from the clear iridescent. So if I remember, I'll cross off the black and put clear, but if you're watching this video and want to order this, keep in mind that the black is the clear. So here's what you get in this kit. So I'm going to go ahead and start tracing and then cutting. Here is the feather kit. You're going to get in a cellophane bag some 14 gauge wire, which is you can use for the stem, and then you're going to get a variety of blues and greens. So here's an example of what you might get. Let me go ahead and put all my glass upside down. All the texture is upside down. Here's my template, and one of these I will cut out, but just like the last few patterns, I have this all cut out already from cardstock because I've made this a few times. So I'm just going to go ahead and start placing my pattern pieces and start cutting. rough cutting done of this feather. You're going to get more than enough green and blue glass. You saw that last piece there I had to recut because the tip of it broke as I was cutting. And you may want to totally rearrange these colors. It's up to you. I don't have any color guide with the feather. So I'm going to continue on with the fish and the lotus. I'm going to get all the rough cutting done, and then off camera I'm going to do the grinding and the foiling, and then I'll get back on camera and show you the finishing. So we have the fish left and then the lotus after this, and then we're done. So the fish kit comes with 2 copies of the fish. Again, I have these pieces cut out on cardstock. This will come with a cellophane bag that has the 2 jump rings and the eye. These are little black eyes that I make in the kiln with black fusible scraps. So we're going to be saving that for later. And then we have these 3 different types of glass. Here's an iridescent salmon colored piece. And then this is Van Gogh, which is a really cool, very shiny, not often used for stained glass, because if you hold it up to the light, the color kind of fades and all you see is like a grayish pattern. But for the little sun catcher, and just because it's so pretty and fun to use, I decided to use it for this fish. And when the light's not shining through it, you can see the really pretty colors. So thought I would introduce some Van Gogh and show you how to use that. And these all happen to be the exception to the rule, where the back of the glass is the smooth glossy side. Van Gogh and iridescent, smooth iridescent, all happen to be the smooth glossy side is the front. So we are not going to place any of our pattern pieces upside down. Everything's going to be right side up. So I'm going to place my pattern pieces and start cutting. So here's the fish all rough cut. You can feel free to cut out, this eye is numbered. You can cut that pattern piece out and cut glass out. If the bead comes and you, it's a little bigger, like I said, these are all handmade by me in the kiln. So some of them are a little bigger. So if you have to grind the eye opening a little bigger, but it should fit right in there. So let's move on to the last but not least, the lotus. Here is the Lotus kit. You will get a piece of glass. This may be the type of glass that you get in a kit. I've got it placed upside down. Here's the textured side. You're going to get 2 copies of the pattern again. And I have mine all cut out on cardstock. Here they are. And you're going to get a little cellophane bag that is going to have these things. So you're going to get the curly cues. I have 2 different sizes of curly cues, and they both look nice. So I think this is the bigger size. I have a slightly smaller size too, so I use them interchangeably. Here's the 2 jump rings that will go here to hang it, and then you'll have another jump ring. I'll show you later how to connect it there. And then you'll get a little dangling pendant or gem or whatever you call it of some sort that will hang from your curly cues. So let's put this aside. I was able to grind and foil all the pieces, and as you can see, the sunflower, I did go ahead and recut the center in an amber color, and then I recut the 3 amber petals into yellow. I like it better this way now. And so I just soldered the front and the back, and I thought I was recording it, but I wasn't. But you didn't miss out on much. I just made sure that I had all the pieces carefully placed over my pattern. I tacked it while it was on the pattern, and then I took the pattern from under it and did the soldering on the complete front here and on the back. I still have the sides to do, so I'm going to put a glove on and do the sides. I've got my needle nose pliers to put the hooks on the back. And I'm only going to slow this video down now when I want you to see what it is I'm doing, but everything else should be pretty straightforward. If you have questions, like I said before, please feel free to go back to my very first video, the 55-minute video. All of these steps I really explain in detail, so feel free to go back to that video. But let's continue on with this sunflower and the other 4 sun catchers. So here are our finished sun catchers, starting with the sunflower. The sun's kind of out. I'm kind of in the shade here, so it's kind of hard to see the sun shining through them. There is the feather. And we've got the lotus with the hanging bead from it. Here is the fox. And our fish. And a couple other that I have on my website. There's a bee, an owl. Here's a star with bevel, I call it. A butterfly. I also have a hummingbird and some other ones. So thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Thank you again so much for joining me today. If you are new to stained glass or you need a refresher, I have my very first video. It's about 55 minutes long, but I really detail every step of the stained glass process. So I really detail from choosing your glass, working with a pattern, how to cut, how to grind, how to foil, and how to solder, and finally finish your piece. So please feel free to go to my website, again, diamondrockglassstudio.com. You can find all of my videos on my website or YouTube, and I also have my shop on my website. So again, diamondrockglassstudio.com. Thank you so very much. I'm so excited about the next video to introduce some great new patterns. You all have a great day, and thank you.